Hey guys, it's a little after 4 and I'm just getting in from work and I haven't done a December update. So I think I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna show y'all what's going on. And then I'm gonna review my year. And I have a Garden 2023 playlist that I have not published. And so I'll probably take all my garden updates throughout the year and put them in that guy. And that's what this whole year was about, for me to learn and to see how things progress and how the seasons do and everything, and where the best location is for my plants to do the best. But I'll show you what I got going on right now, and we can enjoy it together. Because I haven't, to be honest with you, I've had a lot of stuff under frost cloth until today. I just took it off at lunchtime, and we'll see how things are growing. So in my little planter, I got a few little lettuces in there, here and there, kind of coming up. Some of them are doing okay, some not so much. The little bunching onions didn't do any count. I think they need some sun and some water. All right, the carrots, I've got plenty of carrots growing, but they're not doing too much. And the truth is, I just haven't watered them much lately because of the weather. I got a little bit of radishes back there. They may be ready. My wife's gonna have to check them, and a little bit more lettuce. And I'll show you, you guys see I've got my little irrigation system here set up. I got some more lettuce down here in the shade, and some garlic, and another little irrigation setup there. But the reason I haven't been watering is because it's all run off this little junky 1/4-inch line. Goes over there, see it running across. It's really cheesy. Let's see. But you know, that stuff, you talk about subject to freeze, that line's surely gonna freeze first and bust, and it goes underground over there and runs along the edge of this wall, sneaks over to that corner and runs across over to that faucet. And that stuff is pretty well weatherized. I'm not too worried about it because I've got it built up right to the top. I drained all the water out of that guy, and so it's gonna be all right. The corn, I had little half nuggets of corn that formed before it got some frost damage, and I gave up on it. I said, what the heck? So I saved what little bit. It's 7 times as many seeds, if they're usable next year, than what I had to begin with. So you can see the frost has been kicking butt and taking names on this guy, and I still have a couple little bell peppers wanting to make it. I guess I could pull them off. There ain't much to work with now, but this section is done. Its rest begins. So let me show you my bananas. Banana trees have had it. I'm gonna have to get a big machete and get in there and go commando on them like Arnold Schwarzenegger and chop my way through that jungle. My peach trees are finally starting to go dormant. They're losing their leaves a little bit here. The time is coming, okay? And the comfrey's doing just fine. I have a couple of basil that are suffering right there. They're there, but they're kind of suffering at the present time because of this cool weather. Elephant ears has had it. All the pecan trees are losing their leaves. Got pecans everywhere too. But who survives no matter? There could be an ice storm and one of these dudes would pop up. Strawberries are making it. The grape's still hanging off. Looking pretty good. The other strawberries are making it. Alright, we've got some cabbages in this guy. Some bok choy. I believe that is broccoli. Let's see there. Yeah. And it's time for me to spray again. I haven't, but the bugs are starting to show back up. So I got a couple red cabbage there, bok choy going to seed, and a couple more cabbages. So let's go check out the greenhouse. Dun, dun, dun. Before getting the greenhouse, I figured I'd show you the Egyptian spinach has had it, but it's got plenty of seed pods on there, so hopefully that guy will come back with a vengeance. Now it's a little bit more used to my dirt, and I think I found the right spot for it. Pomegranate's just fine. So is the little one. They're gonna be okay. All right. And I came in here and picked all the ripe stuff off earlier, but the weather actually has been flourishing. Last night is the first time it got into it was like 38 or something. And so I made the decision not to turn the heater on and see how things did, because it's been so dang stuffy in here. See, my damn door hits the tomatoes. But I mean, it's growing all the way back down here on the stem again. See a couple red cabbage. Everything in this corner isn't doing it too great, except for my cilantro seems to be cool here. So it's filling out in its little bucket. That Michihili, I made some cabbage rolls with that the other day. That was pretty good. Strawberries are okay. Now the cucumbers, you can tell looking at them, I don't think they're gonna make it, but I was really tickled just to see them go as long as they did. But you know, they're yucky. And I'd be honest with you, I think it is the humidity in here. When I've got that heater going and I don't get out here and open it up fast enough, I mean, it is a muggy, yucky sucker. You see I got some kale and a couple of broccoli over there. I had to push that middle broccoli back up against that wall because it was falling out over there by that heater and I didn't want it to get burnt. See these potatoes? They seem to be doing okay. I had to prune these tomato plants because I couldn't even see what I had anymore. I mean, it was hanging down pretty darn far in here. But, I mean, back off a little bit. Can y'all see? For me, the fall has probably done better in here than the spring. These are all black Krim. See if I can get around here. So I got some over there. Everything's flowering. This little sun gold's growing across everything. But, God burn. And I believe this is Ananas Noir. You can see all this stuff. I'm about to get sprayed. But, I mean, that's putting it out pretty good. Cannot complain. Okay, and then here is Aunt Ruby's German Green. Those guys are looking beautiful. I believe those two are also Aunt Ruby's German Green. And then our pink Berkeley tie-dye. Guys are fully loaded. And I'll tell you something that I did. I added this fan. And the reason I did it is because I noticed that this pink Berkeley tie-dye was putting out a bunch fast. And the rest of them, I wasn't getting anything hardly from them. And what I saw is the movement that is caused by that fan, which has had it. I just got it kind of laying there right now, but it was hitting this plant really good. And so the flowers were being pollinated. But everything that way was suffering. I mean, the plants looked great, but wouldn't making any tomatoes. So having this extra fan that's sitting there spinning around and hitting everybody has really started putting some stuff on. You can see there's a couple of those leaves still green in there. Maybe them grapevines will take. I'm hoping to propagate them anyway. Those, I'll tell you the truth, I think that right there is probably a trash weed. But it looked very similar to the early stages of the hollyhocks that my wife threw out. And they were everywhere, and so I dug them up, and she potted them in these plants just to keep them going. We'll see, they're probably just weeds, but either way, got them going. Our orange trees, both doing well. In fact, I believe they've grown quite a bit since I've got them. I have to go back and look, but man, you know, when I want to say when I got them, they probably wouldn't have shown from the rim of the pots they're in. They were shorties, but they have a little over doubled their size. Still got a bunch of carrots in there. That's just for toots and giggles there. And I'm keeping that one basil alive, we'll say barely. But that stuff's doing okay. You can see the back off here. Let me see, there we go. All right, So you can see all the onions down there. They're thickening up a little bit. I got a few lettuces in between them. Hopefully, some of these dadgum onions, I've got onions everywhere, and I'm really hoping the best for them, because onions are the one thing I noticed that I had to go to the store so much for. And here's a lot more carrots, and these are doing just fine. They're okay under here. I think I'm actually going to have a few carrots. So, and I know they probably need thinned and all that, but I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to pull them out as I need them, get as many as I can that I need, and what I don't, I'll leave them in there, and maybe the ones that's still in the ground will have a little more room to spread out. I'll try to grab them from all over the place instead of all on one corner or something. Give everything a little space to spread out. So that's what it's looking like under there. I got a few more. These are iceberg lettuce here. I need to water this stuff too. Everything will be better. This old cabbage looks like it wants to head up a little bit. There's the kale. I don't know if it's lacinato. I don't know if it's any count, but I really don't know how to use it. One of the things I'm learning that I probably won't grow again next year. This broccoli is starting to get a few little hooters on it. And I'm excited about that because we like broccoli, and Asen, my grandson, he always eats all mine when we have broccoli, so maybe there'll be enough I can get a little bit of it, but you know what I mean? Tomato Fest. It's going so good in here. That's what's happening with the greenhouse right now. And this is the temperature right now at about 5 o'clock in Kimbrell County on December the 3rd. Okay, guys. Now this, I haven't even seen what's happening in here because I had that frost cloth on it for days. I didn't even screw with anything. I just left it on because it's up and down and up and down. And I don't think it was getting too hot for them under there anymore since we're out of the burning up stuff. But let's see if we can get up closer. I do have tomatoes that are making it out here. They haven't had any heater. They've just had the frost cloth. Now you can see the damage. Everything that touches the outside that touches the frost cloth gets burned up, but doing okay. A couple more of these red cabbage. You know, I thought the things would head closer to the ground, but all this stuff, maybe it's because I had the frost cloth on it, but look like they're on stilts. Look like they're growing like the broccoli. But there's some more broccoli back there. Doing okay. Here's some perpetual spinach. Sorry about that. Perpetual spinach, and this is some kind of a pepper. I don't know if it's a bell pepper or what. It's still making it. I just left it there to see what would happen. And I want to say it's Ananas Noir, this one. I picked both tomatoes off of it already and gobbled them up because I'm a pig. You can see another little bok choy there. Those are real pretty and they grow. I tell you, for food reasons, they don't really do much for me. And my wife really seemed to like it. To me, it's more of a little thicker spinach than it is a cabbage. But I think they're beautiful. I really like them. I think they're pretty, and even when they go to flower, they look nice. So I'll probably keep growing them more for ornament, and when my wife wants me to cook some of that stuff like spinach or something for her, then I'll probably do that. All right, let's see if I can get out a little bit here, a little further. Okay, this guy is, I've got like 3 different tomato plants growing into here, so you can't really tell what's what, but you can see right there. I've got a full-size tomato growing on it. I've picked 2 off of it in the last week or 2. Okay, and then on the other side, there's sun gold in there as well, as you can tell by the orange one over there on the ground. And I also have the black cherry. Or, yeah, I believe that's what it's called. Can't even remember anymore. But they look beautiful right now, like they're ready to go. Look at the different hues of them. You know what I mean? Look at that red. They'll go full red, orange, just like that dude over there. Maybe a little redder color, but I think they're beautiful to look at, and I think they taste like dirt. So, you know, it's my preference. I'm just being honest. I will not choose to grow them again, although I'm sure because how they've fallen, that I will certainly be growing plenty more, because my compost pile has had everything in it. There ain't no telling what's growing there. Strawberries here have really spread out, and you can see the asparagus is finally getting some yellow up in there. I've been waiting on it and waiting on it, but it's done pretty well for itself, so I'm excited. I've been trying to give it some time, because I don't know how much of it you can pick. It only comes up so often once it's growing, but they say not to pull too much of it at one time, and never more than half. And so I'm thinking, man, there's only 4 or 5 or 6 stalks up under there. Am I ever going to get to eat any asparagus? Hopefully it'll spread out. I guess I need to buy some more. This little tater's a volunteer. I don't think it's going to amount to anything, but he keeps coming up, so I'm not going to mess with it. See what happens. Maybe later we'll dig him up. So that's what's going on right here. Now we'll head that way. All right, guys, y'all can see all those onions. They're actually, I think they're done pretty good. You know, I see all these guys on YouTube. You can tell they do this as a lifestyle all the time. They fertilize this stuff. There's obviously it's bushier and better looking than mine, but I haven't put a bunch of fertilizer on it. Not that I wouldn't. I would gladly use fertilizer, but I can't afford it. That's just the truth. So I guess I'll be eating a bunch of little skinny onions, but for now, they look pretty good. That comfrey's grown back since I cut it. And the fig, it's gotten a little bit of burn, frost burn, I guess you'd say, freezer burn from the cold weather, but it's still got leaves on it. And I'll tell you what, I bought some little hooters that you can scar it right there if you want to propagate them. You can cut it off and peel the skin off, and then this thing just sets around, it closes with some dirt in it, some damp dirt, and you can go ahead and start growing your new trees right there on the tree instead of having to cut it loose, ensuring that it gets a little bit more nutrients or whatever it needs. So, but I'm gonna do that with a bunch of these. I may just save 2 or 3 of these limbs after all the leaves fall off and I can see what's really happening here. And we'll have some more fig trees. And the peach tree, same over here, yellowing up a little bit and losing leaves slowly, but looks good. All them, probably in the early spring, I will prune all those guys. This guy's hanging in there. This limb to the left here, growing off this way, I think I'm gonna take it off, because it's just, I know it's the bigger, prettier limb, but dadgum, I'm trying to get everything off the greenhouse a little bit. And these comfrey, if what they say is true, that they draw up nutrients, and putting them around your fruit trees is good, I'm hoping maybe this guy will have a better year next year. I really miss my little donut peaches. All right, and you can see the parsley doesn't have any problems growing. I would love to just come right beside it here and do cilantro, but I tried it before and the cilantro didn't do as well. It's kind of picky, so maybe I can get some in the ground. I may try a little patch of it. See, maybe the weather's right now. Probably was just too hot. You can see all this clover Asen and I threw in there just to kind of help heal the ground and get some nitrogen in there. And I don't know, anybody who's watching not from Texas may not be familiar with these bushes, but this one and that one right there, those are called Sinizos. And I tease my wife all the time just to aggravate her. I call them sneezies. And the reason I like the sneezies, they're native around here. They grow all over the place. But they have one quality to them. Besides, they're pretty if you keep them kind of trimmed up. But the one cool thing that they do as well is they will tell you when it's going to rain. At least a day or two usually before it's going to rain, they will blossom out all these little pretty purplish pink flowers. And when you see those flowers coming, you know, if you haven't had any rain in a while, you know it's coming. I don't know if it's ozone or what it is that causes that to happen, but it's one of those natural God signs that kicks off. I mean, it'll just light up with pink and purplish flowers. It's beautiful. And then the beautiful rain follows. All right, and here's some of those strawberry plants that got transferred over here. I thought I'd let them See if they can't fill out something too. And before I run off, this guy's falling over. I just need to cut it down, to be honest, but what I'm doing, I'm slowly harvesting all of these pods because I'm gonna grow them again next year, knowing now to put them somewhere where they're not gonna be in the way because they get this big. And see, all you do, I'm not gonna do it right now, but you pull all of this hair off of it here and the seed will come out. It's right in here. It's inside of this dried up spot. It's really cool. Just looks like little blades of grass or something, but M.I. Gardner showed me that, and that was pretty cool. I appreciate it, but they're on their way out now. But I'm gonna save all those seeds from them so I can grow them again next year. And I will show you over here. I had some old basil and I threw it over here, and look at all them seeds. You know what's gonna happen in this section. May not can really tell, but I mean, that's all seed. And it was ready when I pulled it up, so it's coming. That old maple tree lost all of its leaves already. They are not native to here, and I'm glad it's doing as well as it is. All right, let's look at our last little section through the gate. All right, see, this is hollyhocks. Remember I showed you that stuff a minute ago in the greenhouse. Squirt, be quiet. I showed you that stuff that my wife had potted up. It looked really similar to that when it was a baby, so I'm trying to give it a chance because they are really pretty flowers if it grows. Some eat up red cabbage. It's time for the bug spray again. All right, and I got some broccoli right next to it, some Bloomsdale spinach, another bok choy. Got some Mitchahili over there growing, 2 of them. That one's big. I need to clean off the crap off the bottom. That's how you know the bugs are around. They will strip them down like that. You get all those dang holes. Weeding probably wouldn't be bad either. Like I say though, I haven't seen any of this stuff in probably a week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't really been looking at them because I've had everything covered. Bok choy is going to seed now. Let me see there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Isn't that cool? It kind of looks like broccoli, but the little yellow flowers are very pretty. And I just like the looks of it, you know what I mean? I would use it even as an ornamental plant. In the right spot, I think it'd be really pretty. That guy's about to head up. That's regular old, I don't even know what kind of cabbage, but that's the kind of cabbage you're gonna buy at the store around here. All right, another one. That one's gotten way far. This is bok choy, but it's far along. It's fixing to die. I might as well pull it up. And these other cabbage. Let me see if I can give you a big picture, overall picture. You know, lots of little, look at, here's one of those bok choys that's flowered all the way. I'll give you a good look at it here. Let me see if I can get close to those flowers. Isn't that pretty? Little moss coming over here, getting a good bite. That way they can go over there and eat holes and everything else. And that one's going too. So I need to eat this stuff up if I'm gonna do anything with it. Now the bell peppers are making too. Look at that. Can y'all guys see all these? There's 3 of them on that one that I can see. No, that burn it. There we go. I got more broccoli back there. Another Bloomsdale spinach, and there's a whole bunch of little cabbage. I don't know if you can see all that. Not cabbage, lettuce, I'm sorry. A lot of little lettuce that I stuck in. Let me come on this side of it here. And it goes all the way down to, boy, I'm terrible with this thing. There we go. All right, you can see them. All them little lettuces, they're just so darn small. It's hard to tell anything's there but weeds. So, well, there's a little bit of stuff still going. And you can see there's some kale growing. I'm just mostly getting rid of the kale. I don't, I may end up finding, let me see here, that I really like it. I'll have to look into it a little bit more. As of right now though, I'm not really that interested in it. Okay. And there's a little bit more lettuce. And you can see my drip lines going off right now. I can hear it running. more of the red cabbage. I'd like some of that red cabbage to act like it's going to head. For some reason it has not. All the green seems to go, but not the red. But that's going to be my last garden update of the year. So cheers to 2024. We'll see you guys next time.